So I'm hitting the record button. But I, all morning, have been going through some of the videos that were posted, stuff like that. The first thing that I want to say is videos are not going to make you money. While videos are really helpful and give us lots of tips, they do not make you any money whatsoever, unless you're putting those things into practice and unless you're actually doing those things. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Second thing I wanted to say is to not have any doubt in yourself and to completely take quitting off of the table. The minute that I stopped doubting myself and I took, quitting or maybe not promoting or any kind of doubt out of my mind, I was ready to go. And that was something that really helped me to focus in on my goal and focus in on, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what my family needs, and this is going to help us. So once I really zoned in on that, for me personally, it just made things much easier and I was ready to go because I wasn't doubting myself. I wasn't insecure in my business or anything like that. So I don't have my sheets right here. Steps to success. If you don't have a printer, just write it down. So that's 4 LCs and 3 DTs. I challenge you to print 2 of those out and make that your goal this month. If you are absolutely wanting to go diamond in 30 days, you're going to need 2 steps to success at least to get there. And I'm going to go over a few things that we can do to generate those leads and stuff. And then the second thing I want you to do is to make a list of people. Now, when I throw this number out, you're probably going to be like, what? Because it's a high number. But I'm going to say make a list between 300 and 500 people. The way that I found my people was going through my Facebook. When I went diamond at the time, I think I had like 1,000 friends. So I was just writing everyone's name down. And the reason that I say write their name down is so that you can make notes next to it. When you talk to them, I did check marks, so I knew when I sent them a message. I knew if they said that they were going to refer people, stuff like that. Shapes. Okay. So I would write it all down. There is a hundreds list document in the document library, but really there's no need to even print that out. I have a little notebook that I've been keeping everything in. So I would, like right now, all the back to school stuff is there. This notebook was 17 cents. So go buy yourself a notebook for less than a quarter. Find a quarter in your purse and go buy yourself a notebook so you have everything, and then that way it fits in my purse. So if I am sitting, waiting on a doctor's appointment, or if I am, wherever I am, if I'm at Chick-fil-A, I'm able to go through my list and I can just shoot out some messages.
Mom.
I know, you want to say hi, don't you? Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
Say hi, Clark.
Hi.
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 You're turning into Jay Hoover.
That's a pretty big goal. Right? I know, we're playing just a little bit, okay? Mommy's going to talk. What's Daddy doing? You want to go get him? Go find Dad. Ask him to make you an octagon. Octagon. He asked me to make an octagon this morning out of Play-Doh. I was like, I don't know how to do that. Okay. So, who has watched any of the videos that were posted yesterday? Yeah. Okay. So, for me, a common theme that I have kind of seen through them is a lot of them were doing parties. They were doing parties like every 2 to 3 days. That's a lot of dedication. But there was a video I watched yesterday that I posted in the One Team, One Dream group. She went double diamond in 28 days. But she was having parties every 2 to 3 days. So I think a lot of times we get caught up in the fact that, we need 2 to 3 weeks to plan a party. Let's just invite people over and say, hey, I'm going to have a few people over on Thursday. would you want to come over and I can share with you? Or I know you've been wanting to try a wrap. Do you want to go ahead and come over and I'll wrap you? It doesn't have to be formal. The only thing I ever do at my lunch parties is have bottled water for everybody so they can drink. I've contemplated going to Walmart and picking up a few cases and going and putting them in my car so we can just do this. But there's no reason that we need to have an elaborate setup. It just needs to be bottled water. That's all they need. And then they can listen to your 45-minute presentation and go on their merry way. But I will tell you, every party I've had, I sign anywhere from, 1 to 5 customers. Mandy had a party in April and signed like 10 customers from it. It was actually with Sarah's party. So it was just, they're all over the place. But for me, at least signing one person is a win, because that's one more person to add to your business. So what I want to challenge you to do is to make this month a month of parties for yourself. And I think that this is going to help, it's going to help you grow as an individual because you're going to get more comfortable with the products in the business, but it's going to help your business grow so much. And something that I'm doing right now to schedule parties is I put up a Facebook post and I said, I'll find it so I can say exactly what I said. I have my phone charging on my computer and it always asks if I trust this computer. Like, I don't plug it into any other computer. Yes, I trust this one. All right. So I said, if you had a chance to try it for free, would you want to? First 5 people to say me will get that opportunity. So I'm not promising a free wrap to anybody. I'm just asking them if they had the chance to try it for free, would they want to? And I just took a before and after off of the Works Global website. Let me see a little better. And so I just took that picture off there. I put that. I got 6 comments on that, and I had a few messages of people saying, oh my gosh, I want to try it for free. So then all I am replying, pull up a message. So I send them a message once they comment on it, and I said, hey, their name, how are you doing today? I haven't said anything about the wrap. And then they answer, we talk about what's going on. And then I ask them, have you tried a wrap before? Because I want to know kind of where they stand with that. And almost everyone has said no. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait for you to try this. I had such good results. And I talk about, like, I wrapped my husband first. He had awesome results, stuff like that. And then I say, I'm giving away a free wrap to anyone who hosts a party in the month of August. And then I joke, I'm like, I hate using the term party because it doesn't have to sound formal. It's really just getting a few friends together, girlfriends, whatever. With the opportunity, and I tell them with the opportunity to get a second free one as well. Would you be interested? The reason I'm saying a second free one as well is because if they have a ton of people that come to that party, I will do $5 off for each extra person. So if they have more than 5 people come to the party, that 6th person is $5 off of a wrap. Second person means $10 off, and so forth. So if they have 10 people that show up to their party, I'm going to hand them 2 free wraps. So I'll wrap them there and then tell them they'll know how to do it again in 3 days. For me, that's a win-win. I've gotten in front of 10 people in 45 minutes, and I haven't had to, take 5 weeks to sign 10 people. It takes me 45 minutes. They see the products, they either want to purchase them right then and there, or I get their phone number so I can message them back. As far as parties, we've been doing the online thing, and what we've been doing there is the party pad. So that's exactly how your party should look. It doesn't need to look any different. Super simple. I've been holding up this party pad so people can see, oh my goodness, she's just reading from here. That way, and the cool thing about that is then other people who are looking to maybe make extra money, they see that they don't need to know all of this information. They just need to know what's in here. Everyone can read from a pamphlet, essentially. And that's why we use the party pad. That's why they have that. So it's very easy for us to duplicate ourselves. The next thing that I had, so they're doing parties, but then another common theme that I saw was that they're launching all of their new distributors within that first week. So they're having a party for their new distributor. And this, I think, is crucial too, because then we're getting everyone off on the right foot. People are, excited. They're able to say, I just tried this wrap and I decided that I want to make money with it. So let's go ahead and get them making money like ASAP. They don't need to have their kit. There's so many people that I think feel like they need to have that magical kit in front of them, and it's just not true. We have wraps. We can loan wraps out. Usually what I do for my distributors, if I do their party and they don't have wraps yet, I sell them to them for distributor costs. So they're going to buy them at $15 a wrap. So they're going to make all the wrap cash, essentially. They're going to make that $10 profit off of everybody. Because it gives them more confidence. You're still making your money that you spent on the wrap. And if you use a wrap reward, you're actually making money. Does that make sense, y'all? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's just how I've done it. And it works really well because then people are they're making money. They're not seeing all that money go to you, essentially. And then their friends see that they're making money, and that's just exciting too. The other common theme that I saw was that everyone talked about, listening to calls and making sure that they're staying connected and being a part of team training, stuff like that. And so we do our team Zoom on Sunday nights. So I definitely want to encourage you through the month, unless you're at a wrap party. I feel like that's the excuse that you could use that I would be completely okay with. But that you should be on our team Zooms and we should be able to share and encourage one another through those. Does anyone have any questions about parties? Anything that I've kind of said so far? No? Okay. Do we feel comfortable with the way that I've suggested to schedule parties?
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing is with that 3 to 500s list. How in the world are we going to talk to these people and get them to answer us, right? So what I did back in February and March was I sent out messages for referrals. And for me, it's just a very backdoor way to talk to people without directly asking them to buy something from me or to become a distributor with me. And I usually send something very general. Not general exactly, because I talk to them, I'm like, hey, how are things going? And I put in a personal sentence in there, whatever's going on in their life. And then I say, I'm sure that you've seen my post, but I'm looking for referrals for my business. Do you know anyone who would want to tighten, tone, and firm their skin, or someone who would want to lose weight, or maybe someone who would like an extra $500 a month? And that's the message that I send. I just tell them that I'm looking for referrals. So for me, it helps because then it's not me directly saying, hey, do you want to buy wrap from me? Hey, do you want to grow your hair out? Hey, do you want to make money? I ask them if they know of anyone who would want to do any of those things. And the response that I got was, well, I'd like to do that. Some people said, you know what, I will absolutely keep you in mind and I'll send a few people your way. But a lot of people said, well, what is it? What are you doing? And then they started asking questions about it. And for me, it just really opened the conversation and we could take it from there. Normally, we usually, obviously teach building relationships, but if you're trying to go diamond in 30 days, you're still going to want to work on those relationships, but you have to get an initial message out there. If there is no initial message, we can't expect to be growing our business tenfold. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then the last thing is going to be to seal the deal. So for me, it really took getting out of my head and not thinking, I will, baby, I will soon, okay? That people weren't going to want this, or maybe they didn't have money. So for me, it was just assuming the sale, assuming that they were going to want to purchase this, assuming that they're busy and that they need me to remind them that they want this. So when I'm talking to someone, I'm like, so would you like me to place your order for you today? Like, that's how, after we've talked about the product and we've talked about how much it is and we've talked about, what it can do for them, what their goals are, like, are you ready for me to place your order? And they're going to tell you yes or no. If it's yes, awesome. I generally offer, I'm like, I can either place it for you or I can walk you through it online. I love to place people's orders for them because then I know they get in the computer right then and there. Another thing that I tell people when it's near the beginning of the month is that it'll ship faster, which it does because a lot of people order between the 25th. A lot of orders go out on the 25th and then until end of month. So that last week of the month, it usually takes longer for people to get their orders because there are so many coming in at one time. If someone orders between the first and second week of the month, usually, and I've noticed this too for my personal auto shipment, if I place it towards the beginning of the month, I get it within like 5 days. And that's with standard shipping. If I place it towards the end of the month or my auto shipment runs on the 25th, I don't get it for like 2 weeks. And that's just, like I said, the number of orders. It's really how that is. So I also say you get faster shipping if we order now. If they tell you they're not ready to order right then, I say, okay, well, what day works for you? And I just make sure that it's about them and make sure that they know that I want them to achieve their goals, but I want them to be ready when they are, essentially. And usually they'll say, oh, well, at payday. Great. Would you like me to save your spot for you? And ask them for a date. Now, to remember who said what and to remember what day, I would use that notebook that I was showing you. And then I would either suggest getting a calendar or going under your reminders app in your phone. So I have a specific It Works one. I have a few pages in here. But I just add reminders in here and it'll text you. It'll send you a message on that day and time that you want it to remind you. So if you have someone who said they can't order right now, but they can order on the 12th, I'm going to put them in my phone on the 12th with their name and maybe their phone number or something, how I'm supposed to get in contact with them, and say what they were ready to order. So then I can send them a message that day. I usually set my reminders for like 10 or 11 in the morning. And I usually set them all back to back so I know that I can go ahead and send all those messages right then and there. And then my last tip for sealing the deal is to get them on the phone. I have so much more success when I actually talk to somebody and they can hear my voice or I can see them. Everyone can hide through Messenger or text message, stuff like that. Like they could read it and then maybe not respond to you. But if you get them on the phone and talk to them for just 5 minutes, say, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk right now? And the way that I usually phrase it is it's easier to explain it on the phone. Because then you can talk to them, you can ask them what their goals are. Like, are they wanting to lose weight? Are they wanting to grow their hair? Could they maybe use an extra income? And just get comfortable with really talking to someone. Again, they're going to hear your excitement. They're going to see you as more than just a salesperson. You're going to sound genuine. And again, you can ask them about their goals. Because when we ask people about their goals, we're able to make sure that they're meeting their goals. And this is something that I use to continue relationships with loyal customers and keep them ordering. I make sure that they're meeting their goals throughout. And that's how we build our residual income, is from our loyal customers continuing to order. The last thing that I saw was the Christina Watts video, and she's doing the calendar. She has those 10 income producing activities, but what I really wrote down was my goal for each week. So she was saying like maybe use like the 3rd, the 5th, and stuff like that. For me, I'm putting all of my goals on Friday because Fridays are the easiest day for me to follow up with people because it's generally payday for somebody. So I have a goal of 4 loyal customers and 2 distributors this week. And then I just wrote separate goals down each week. For me, I know to get 4 loyal customers, like I'm going to have to message quite a few people to get someone to sign up right then and there. But this is where that 3 to 500s list comes in, because people are going to be interested as long as you're messaging and asking. There are a lot of people out there who have probably been watching your posts already, but who are a little afraid to message you. And I've gotten that before too, like, oh, I've been meaning to ask you, I just didn't know how to. So open that door for people. Or maybe they haven't, exactly thought about it, but when you ask them, like, it's going to start going through their mind. And there's probably going to be some people who don't respond at all, but I can guarantee that they're going to go back and look at your Facebook page, and they're going to go see what's going on in your life and if this is really helping you, if it's really changing you, stuff like that. But that's my game plan. So my game plan is parties, a 3 to 500s list, and just sending out all of those referral messages. Does anyone have anything else to add? Any other tips? Any other questions? No? Okay. We'll probably do a charting 101 maybe next week or the week after to make sure that everyone is kind of on the same page of how to chart and what to chart. And if you have any questions before that, like send your enroller a message or send me a message and I can look at it and help you out with that, okay? I hope that y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.